Hello everyone, we are in the sun-filled Leyawiin Guild, which rhymes, with our beloved Clancy. And take some soul gems. Once you belong to the guild, they're free. Less rude song. So this is a response to a rude song, I believe in one of the prior books. They say the Iliac Bay is the place to barrel around without a bit of apparel on, as advertised in that carol song. A tune that's sung as the west wind blows about its lovely not wearing any clothes, ladies singing high notes, men singing lows, implying that the most luscious depravity and complete absence of serious gravity can only be found in the waterous cavity of Iliac Bay. If you're the type who's more a sinner than a sinned, you'll find it all in Morrowind. But the truth, my child, is that nothing more wild than an ordinary fashion, kind of slightly mad passion, can be detected, if at all, in Sentinel and Daggerfall. So, yeah, I believe this a rude song was from Daggerfall, and the less rude song is Morrowind. Whatever your odd needs, feathered, scaled, or finned, you'll find it all in Morrowind. It's an invention of bards that Bretons and Red Guards have more than some staid fun and suffer deviant fornication. For the most of madness, not the least, the wise debaucher heads out east, where your once steely reserve is now merely tinned. You'll find it all in Morrowind. In Morrowind there is sin, but pray, do not confuse Dunmer variety with that found in tepid Western society, compared to which it is nearly piety. It isn't terribly ingenious calling it prudery, observing the dark elf aversion to nudity. After all, the preferred sort of ludity in these parts is far more pernicious. From the Ashlanders to the wettest fishes, you'll find pleasure and pain quite delicious in Morrowind. If you find yourself with unkind kinship with your kin, you'll find it all in Morrowind. Mages Guild Charter. 1. Purpose. The Guild of Mages provides benefits to scholars of magic and established laws regarding the proper use of magic. The Guild is dedicated to the collection, preservation, and distribution of magical knowledge with an emphasis on ensuring that all citizens of Tamriel benefit from this knowledge. Authority. The Guild of Mages was established on Somerset Isle in the year 230 of the Second Era by Vanus Galarian and Rylus the 12th. Rylus the 12th. It was later confirmed by the Guild's Act of Potentate Versidu Shai. Rules and procedures. Crimes against fellow members of the Guild are treated with the harshest discipline. Whether a member may regain their status in the Guild is determined by the Archmage. Addendum. Effective 3E431, any Guild member committing a crime against the Guild is to be suspended immediately. The suspension may be lifted at the discretion of the Steward of the Council of Mages. Any Guild member receiving multiple suspensions may, at the determination of the Council, be summarily and permanently dismissed from the Guild. Membership requirements. The Guild of Mages only accepts candidates of keen intelligence and dominant will. Candidates must exhibit mastery in the great schools of magic, destruction, alteration, illusion, and mysticism. Candidates must also display practical knowledge of enchantments and alchemical processes. Applications for membership. Candidates must present themselves to the steward of the guild hall for examination and approval. Addendum. Effective 3E431 as per Archmage Traven. All candidates for membership in the Guild of Mages must be approved by all presiding guild hall stewards, with said approval submitted in writing to the Council of Mages in a timely manner. Addendum. Effective 3E431 as per Council mandate. Sale of spells in the Imperial Province is to be redistributed across guild halls. Following halls are to be responsible for each school of magic: Alteration in Shaden Hall, Conjuration in Coral, Destruction in Skingrad, Illusion in Bravel, Mysticism in Leyawiin, Restoration in Anvil. Okay, so we are going to get our recommendation here. So, I need to speak to... She's probably up and moving about now. So the guild leader is Dagail, but she is a little indisposed.
Greetings, wizard.
What's the latest?
I've heard Brodrus at the Fighters Guild is well versed in using heavy armor, especially for a wood elf.
Knowing how to use heavy armor isn't a bad idea.
It's you.
Kind of odd to learn it from a
These are the
boss.
two ladies I need.
They say when you murder someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep. It's how they recruit new members.
Good to know. What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
I have heard that Nord warriors have traveled from Skyrim with Orc mercenaries to assault the Redoran of Morrowind.
I'm not surprised. It seems that Skyrim is always involved in a border dispute.
Hi there.
Farewell. Greetings, guildmate.
Hey, Dagail.
You seek wisdom from me, child? Ah, no. You seek words. Words are difficult. They come and go. The voices, though, so loud they are, they drown out the words. Without my amulet, my stone to lock the voices away, the words will never come and stay. Would you lift your hands to help another? To help me find the words?
Yes, I'll help.
Then seek Agata, child. She will see the path and set you on it. I must rest. She may be young, but her heart is old and wise. It guides her well through these troubled times. Within its walls live those who determine the fate of the Guild. It is our stronghold, our sanctuary. You will come to know it well in time.
So that's the Arcane University, Leyawiin.
Let me see your hand. I see the city in the hand, and the hand in the stars. The tower guards the gate, but the gate holds the key. The king is the key, and the hand guards the king.
She kind of freaks me out. She's got red eyes, so she's supposed to be a Dunmer, but she's got human-toned skin. It's very strange, and all the mouths in this are just bizarre. So I'm a little freaked out. They did redo her voice. Weirdly, in her conversations with Agata, you can hear the other voice. So they didn't really do voice consistency.
The Guild needs you, child. Perhaps it has always needed you, always been waiting for you.
They say a whole island with an inhuman statue appeared near Breville. As if the world wasn't crazy enough already.
Okay,
Farewell, child.
wow. Ladies,
Yes? Is there something I can help you with, associate?
recommendation?
I take it you've spoken to Dagail. Then you know she is not well. She has visions, for lack of a better term. While they used to be helpful at times, they have lately become problematic. There was an amulet, a family heirloom that she wore to suppress and sometimes focus the visions. She's lost the amulet, and so has lost control. I'm surprised she discussed it with you. She wanted to keep it from the others. I should speak to her about that. Yes, her Seer's Stone is missing. It's the one thing that has kept her visions at bay. And without it, they're nearly crippling. She can't function. We haven't yet spoken to the others, for fear they would be less than accepting of her situation. Perhaps it is time, though. I will continue to tend to Dagail. Can you speak with the other mages and find out if any of them have seen the stone?
So a lot of this is going to be redundant, but if I speak to her about it, then other people will not speak to me about it, so...
She's led such a troubled life. I just do what I can to make it easier on her.
Leyawiin?
I take care of what little administrative work there is. Dagail isn't interested. I do it because it has to be done and no one else wants to do it.
Mage's Guild.
You may need to ask around, but training in all the schools of magic can be found at our various guild halls.
Rumors.
I don't know what Archmage Traven has against necromancy, but the first thing he did after taking over the Mages Guild was to ban its practice.
Visions.
At times, they served her well. She gained something of a reputation in the guild and was highly valued by the council. As she aged, the visions became less coherent. Rather than cast her aside, the council gave her a position here. Some resent her and wish she'd disappear. I do not. I am proud to help her with her daily tasks. Good day.
How do you do?
I hear a new associate came to Tychius's aid recently. Something about an old enemy of his storming into town.
Interesting. Heard anything more about the Blackwood Company?
I don't trust them. I've heard they're effective, but they're brutal.
Good day. Hi there. Savi, Count's Mage and Castle Healer, your servant. I have been happy enough in the Count's service, but I am not so happy about his lovely wife and her Nibenian advisor. Lady Alicia is uncomfortable with Khajiit ways and Argonian ways and Dumner ways. She's only comfortable with pure white-bread Nibenians. Take care.
What do you want?
Ask about Agata.
She's the one you want to talk to if you actually need something to get done around here. I don't even know why Dagail is still around.
Ask about Dagail.
I've heard she was put in charge of the Leyawiin Guild Hall as a favor, not because she deserved it. That doesn't seem right, does
Ask
it?
about Mage's Guild.
The guild lost a good number of members when Traven banned the practice of necromancy. But some of us stayed behind.
Ask about the Prophet.
I haven't heard much about him. I'm thinking about going down to Enville to hear him for myself.
Ask about rumors.
Not only has necromancy been banned from practice in the Mages Guild, but the guild won't deal with anyone who openly uses it.
Ask about the Seer's Stone.
Well, well. Word is finally spreading, is it? They won't be able to keep up this facade much longer. Yeah, I know all about it. I overheard Agata and Dagail talking. And you know what? I'm glad it's gone. Why should we be forced to work under someone who's only kept sane by a magical trinket? Haven't we sacrificed enough already? She shouldn't even be here anymore. Hell, the only reason her father ever fit in anywhere is because he kept a low profile. And look what it got him. Years of service to the Empire, and not even a tombstone over his head. Humph. At least he was able to maintain the illusion of sanity. I know. I get way too fired up over this. It just annoys me that she's in charge of the guild when she's clearly not fit, that's all. What, haven't I said enough already? Just let it go. Once someone finally realizes what's going on here, maybe things will change. You'll see, things will change.
Okay. Leyawiin recommendation. Calthar seems to know a great deal about the missing amulet. I should tell Agata what he has told me. Hello, beautiful boy. I love him. Okay, now we go find Agata.
Greetings, guildmate. Yes? Is there something I can help you with, associate?
Seer Stone.
So Calthar overheard us, did he? That explains why he's been so cranky lately. But we never said anything about Dagail's father. How would he know anything about that? If there's some sort of connection between the Seer Stone and Dagail's father, I don't know about it. Maybe if you ask her, it will jog her memory. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on Calthar. There may be a connection to Dagail's father. Have you spoken to her about it? You too.
Nice to meet you. Agata is the first person I go to when I need something. Maybe I should talk to Dagail instead, but I just don't feel comfortable doing that. She was a very powerful mage once, from what I understand. Hard to imagine that, honestly. The Leyawiin chapter is just drifting along. Dagail isn't much of a mentor or leader. She isn't even coherent most of the time. Druja has a wide variety of spells for sale, if there's something you need. Most of them are simple, but they're a good starting point. All I heard was that it was important to Dagail and it was missing. Calthar didn't tell me anything more than that. May all your travels
It's another
be
new
safe.
voice from the original to the remake.
You seek more from me, child. It is as I have seen. I know what you would ask. You would bring light to that which is in darkness. Bring silence to the voices so loud. I know where you must go. Blood ran blue, and dragons flew high. Under broken towers and broken bodies it now lies, waiting to be found. What was my sire's must be mine, if you would have the words you seek. You must go and find his stone. Nothing has changed, child. The voices still cry out, and I am unable to hear. If they can be sealed away, our work
She actually
may
sounds like the voice
begin.
actress who does Lydia in Skyrim now.
Too many voices, too loud in my head. How can I hear when all are shouting?
Okay, we may already
Farewell,
have the quest
child.
update. You need to find the fort at which Dagail's father was stationed. It should be somewhere near Leyawiin. Hello, good boy. Okay, so we have a quest marker. We are headed to Fort Blue Blood.
Hello.
So her visions are true. She gives you cryptic clues of blood ran blue. I think I'm also going to start Shivering Isles
What's this about?
early. If you're playing a game with vanilla gear, it's probably a good idea to start later. But I have mods for changing leveled gear. I keep wondering if I'm being attacked. So I'm not terribly concerned with my gear. There's a very good sword in the game that you get from the Shivering Isles, but I'm not all that worried about it. I'm gonna do a little exploration. I'm gonna go into Dark Fathom Cave. Since I'm using a bow and I've already loaded the bow I'm going to use, I'm probably not going to be using the sword much. But it's one of my favorite expansions for games. But I used it like crazy in the original game. But bows sucked in the original game. And they kind of suck here, unless you have mods. Oh, we're never seeing them again. Are we? Even here, I'm having trouble killing a scamp with an incredibly high level bow. There's no such thing really as a one shot. It's not all that satisfying. But we're working on it. Eventually. I hope to get better. But the sword is definitely more effective at close range. Oh, the Sheogorath shrine. Should have been tipped off by the scamps, huh? So, Stealth Archer in this, it does get better. I did eventually end up mostly doing that. Usually I start more as a caster, or they really do favor melee, just sword. Okay. Oblivion Altar. Sheogorath Shrine. A sneaking priest. Who is watching? Well, there's something here, but I don't think these shrines do much unless they're associated with a quest. There are shrines out in the wider world that give quests, but we're not going to be doing that just yet. You should be bigger. They are for artifacts. I believe Azura's is always the star, which is a permanent soul gem. So unfortunately, the bow... Oh, it's raining. That's cool. The bow means it's pretty intensive on arrows. So on that note, I'm going to start using Chillrend. As a sword. I should probably pick up a shield. For now, I'll just use a leather shield. I don't really need to load anything for that. This looks like an Oblivion gate. So much. I just love playing this game just for that at this point. Oh, it's amazing. All the stress. All the stress is gone, puppy. It's amazing. Look, the sun's come out. Again, not used to the ambient sounds here. So I keep turning around. Good boy. So eventually, Marksman does get better. My favorite thing in the original game was running around with so much reflect and chameleon gear that nothing could see you, and if they could see you and they hit you, they fell over dead from reflect. Reflect is something that was amazing in Morrowind that they limited very much in this game because it was overpowered, but that's why we liked it. So people have put it back in. Okay, I've arrived at Fort Blue Blood. Dagail's father should be buried inside. So people have put it back in with mods, and you can also load pieces. I'm probably going to be doing the same because part of the fun for me is just running around where people can't even find you. So probably after we finish this, I'll go start the Shivering Isles. And we'll alternate Mage Guild and Shivering Isles content for a little while.
You're pathetic. Ha-ha! Whoa! Whoa!
The animations on the weapons are very cool. Let's see. Am I now? No. I'm not wearing the shield. Why not? Okay. There we go. Alright. Now I can block. When I play Skyrim, I tend to play Stealth Archer. But if something comes up to close range, I do switch to Sword and Board, so I'll be doing the same thing here. Just does not feel right to be using a ranged weapon when things are up close, so...
Nothing to worry about, I guess. Just my eyes playing tricks on me.
Especially with someone like this.
Ha ha! This ends here! Fall before me, Breton!
Come on. R for repair hammer. There we go. I'm going to practice repair on everything. Okay. That was strange.
Why won't you die?
Okay.
God.
Yes, with a Brooklyn accent. I'll send your bloody soul straight to Savangad.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Sorry, I shouldn't be giggling while this is your last,
Now
minute
you will
on Earth,
know
but that was pretty
pain.
funny. You should know I'm not going to Savangad. I ain't. No. Sweetie, are you hitting me? Are you hitting me, darling? I'm sorry, love. What did I do to make you mad? I don't like this, Clancy. I'm gonna level this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna zone out to see if he, stops this. Baby, why? Did I hit you? I'm sorry if I hit you, little love. Let's go outside and take a walk and see if we feel better. Oh, wow. Alright, I'm gonna have to reload my game because I don't like Clancy killing me. Clancy killing me is bad. Yeah, that's better.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Take that! This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. This is the part where you fall down and bleed to
Oh.
death.
Pieces.
I think I just tried to close her.
What's the matter? Getting tired?
Close her like she was a
This
gate,
ends here.
which is rude.
I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
That the best you can do?
Okay, be careful and don't hit the puppy.
Jump on my sword while you can.
Oh, honey. Okay, I have to figure this out. We can't do this, baby. We just can't. Alright, I want to see... I want to look at Chilren's... Because I was very careful not to hit him. I was really careful not to hit you, honey. I don't know what the deal is. That's disturbing. I don't like it.
Today, you die. Fall before me, Breton. Die, damn you! I'll send your bloody soul straight to
That's my favorite.
Savangard.
Okay, we good?
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Look, I'm just happy my dog isn't trying to kill me. If that happens very often, we are going to have a problem. Are you going to have to be a home puppy that I visit? That'll make me sad, but I don't want to kill you, man. I'll do it. Okay. To the Fort Blue Blood Halls. Or this way. Books. Manual of Armor. This manual is commissioned by General Warhaft to serve as a guide and manual to armor for all officers in the Imperial service. On the battlefield, a soldier's armor should reflect his principal duties. Scouts, light cavalry, archers, and raiding skirmishers should wear light armor. Mobility and speed is of paramount importance to these troops. It is recommended that a cuirass and greaves be worn at all times. Helmets, gauntlets, and boots are of value to cavalry and skirmishers, but not scouts or archers. Light armor is made from fur, leather, chainmail, mithril, elven, or glass. This is also the order of their quality and expense. Fur being the least protective and cheapest, glass the best and most expensive. Fur, leather armor, and chainmail are readily available throughout the Empire. Mithril, elven, and glass are exceedingly rare and are only found in ancient ruins and remote tombs. Heavy armor should be reserved for the frontline infantry, pikemen, heavy cavalry, or foot knights. All officers should be issued heavy armor. Helmets, cuirass, and greaves should be standard issue at all times. Boots and gauntlets are only necessary for the cavalry and foot knights. Blacksmiths can forge heavy armor from iron, steel, dwarven, orcish, ebony, or daedric. So it's spelled Orchish, as in. So, yeah, orcish, orichalcum, it kind of gets weird between the games. Ebony is more of a Morrowind thing. They also have glass in Morrowind, it's true. This is also the order of their quality and expense, iron being the least useful and cheapest, with daedric the most effective and expensive. Iron and steel plate mail can be found in most any blacksmith shop. The other materials are rare, and armor made from them is only found in ancient treasure hoards hidden deep underground. Advanced practitioners of the Mages Guild know the secrets of placing enchantments upon pieces of armor. The greatest enchantments are typically placed on armor made from rarer, more durable materials such as ebony and daedric, but even iron can be made to take an enchantment. The self-styled bard of battle, Amorous Janus, once penned a comedic ballad about a Colovian general who was constantly removing and re-equipping his armor every few minutes to conserve the magic of powering it. By way of response to the implied criticism, the general had him mounted on the front of a battering ram during the siege of Castle Falla. Wow, harsh. Manual of Arms. This manual is commissioned by General Warhaft to serve as a guide and manual to arms and weapons for all Imperial officers in the field. Obviously, a soldier's weaponry should reflect his skills. Skill with a blade is recommended for daggers, short swords, long swords, and claymores. Skill with blunt weapons is desirable to wield the war axe, mace, battle axe, and warhammer. To the uninitiated, axes and hammers may seem to be very different weapons, but the rhythm, drill, and physical strength used by both weapon types are virtually identical. Only those with marksman skill should be outfitted with the bow. Most of these weapons are commonly used in combination with a shield. Claymore, battle axe, and warhammer, however, require both hands to use. These two-handed weapons are best suited to heavy armored knights, berserkers, and those soldiers that hold the flanks of the line. Arms have been made from many materials over the ages, and each material varies in weight, durability, and cost. These materials are here ranked in order of desirability and cost, with cheapest and least desirable listed first. Iron, steel, silver, dwarven, elven, glass, ebony, and finally, daedric. Some armorers correctly observe that silver weapons are slightly less durable than steel. Nonetheless, its unique ability to affect ghosts, wraiths, and certain types of daedric creatures is undisputed. Bows can be made with laminated cores of the same materials. This provides a higher tensile strength and therefore greater power on the draw. The materials used in the arrow, particularly in the arrow head, can affect its mass and penetration. Thus, the quality of the bow and the arrow are taken together to determine the weapon's overall armor penetration. Enchanted weapons are mentioned in virtually every fable and song. The magic on such items lies dormant until they strike an opponent. At that moment, the enchantment is activated, causing distress and injury to the target. Enchantments on bows are transferred to the arrow at the moment of release. Should the arrow have an enchantment of its own, however, the missile now carries both enchantments and delivers them to the target. An enchanted weapon has a limited reservoir of magicka. Each blow drains some of its reserves until finally it's drained dry. The enchantment can be recharged by arcane processes involving soul gems. The more powerful the soul in the gem, the more magicka is restored to the item. Battle mage. Oh, they're healing. Weird. Okay, I'm trying to get the... There's my block.
Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby
wow.
gonna cry?
Sir.
Oh, die, cur! Am I supposed to be
Not really, I
impressed?
kind of suck. I do get better, though. I'm working on it.
I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you. Aha! Do your worst.
I'll hack you to pieces!
Show me what you got.
Die! Do your worst! Die, damn you!
Clancy, baby. Alright. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like this. Okay, I'm gonna stop combat. That is very disturbing, though. I am, unfortunately, not gonna be able to bring Clancy along with me. I'm going to bring him to a nice place nice home where he could stay and I can visit him, but that can't happen. Drop.
do? You move like a
what's the
pregnant
matter?
cow.
Is the baby gonna cry? You'll never take me down. You move like a pregnant cow.
I fought mud
Let's
crabs
get
more
this over
fearsome
with.
than you.
Aha!
Jump on my sword while you can!
Ah! Do your work.
Getting tired? This is the part where you fall down and
Show me
bleed
what
to
you
death.
got. Whoa.
Jump
Yeah.
on my sword while you can!
Show me what you got.
Hey, Clancy baby. Okay, so I looted the key off of the Marauder. Yeah, I don't know what changed between the last few sessions and this, but I can't function with that. I can't continually open the console, and I'll just take him home. Found the amulet Dagail needed. I should return it to her immediately.
Look, just stop right there, all right? I can't let you leave with that amulet. I need it right now.
Why do you want the amulet?
I took the other one, and that should have been enough. I shouldn't have to go through all this just to get rid of her. It's not even as if I was going to keep it forever. I was going to give it back to her once I'd gotten what I wanted. That's
Seriously?
not so wrong, is it? Once she helped me advance out of that place and step down, then she could have it back. Why did you have to get in the way? Why are you trying to ruin everything? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What the hell, is this guy completely immune to damp with that?
What's the matter? Getting tired? This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. Yeah. Oh. Oh. This ends here. Fall before me, Breton.
Defeated Calthar, who was attempting to manipulate Dagail. I need to give her this information immediately. I think I bound there. Let me see. Okay, I tried recalling, but it crashed my game, fortunately. I don't even know if I really bound anywhere, so thought I bound at Leyawiin.
What's that?
Who's that?
Yeah. Oh, so first things first. Going to go back to our house. And bind there. Actually, in combat. Oh, wow, they followed me. It's interesting. Okay, good boy. Yeah, I know. What is happening? Seriously, little buddy. Yeah, as soon as I pull a weapon, he starts attacking. Come on, baby. Let's just make it home, okay? Alas, Clancy has found it too stressful and confusing. Okay, baby, which is your favorite room? There's a place with a nice fireplace. You like the library? Where'd he go? Okay, so you're... Alright. So you're just gonna wait at the door? I guess. Alright. I'm actually going to uninstall the mod. It would be nice to have him here, but I can't really set him anywhere, and he's broken. That's a shame, Clancy. I'll give you good pets, and basically we're sending you to a wonderful farm where you can chase things all day, and you won't, you know, kill the farmer. Try not to kill the farmer. I love you so much, and I will miss you. Alright. Clancy has gone to his farm. Sad but true. From Frog to Man by Mikas Ralric. The life cycle of the Grummite is rather unique. They appear to be a deviant version of frogs and may even be distantly related to Argonians, although I have no direct evidence of that. Like the humble frog, the Grummite is born from eggs found in or near water. The eggs hatch into tiny polywogs no bigger than my hand. The polywog grows quickly, and inside of a few weeks grows limbs and changes into an amphibious ballywog. The ballywog will live up for up to 2 years, growing to be larger than a man in both length and weight. Eventually, the adult ballywog will feel the urge to seek out deep water and bury itself in the mud. It hibernates there for many months, gestating into a Grummite. I've been unable to determine the exact time of gestation. The Grummite emerges from the mud fully grown. New Grummites never leave the water and are consumed with the urge to mate. Females leave the water to hang their eggs. They're hung over the water to keep them out of reach of aquatic predators, while still allowing the polywogs to fall into the water when they hatch. Once a female has laid her eggs, she turns her back on them. She will live her life more on land than in the water, but never far from it. Males' mating urges subside after 6 months to a year. He, too, takes to the land and, like the female, does nothing to protect his eggs. Adult Grummites have a sort of primitive culture. Crafton Highbrow maintains that they are cunning craftsmen that make jewelry and weapons, even mining ore. This is plainly ridiculous. Although I have not determined the source of their tools and adornments, I am certain that they trade with other civilized races for such things. As for tales of magic-casting Grummites, that's even more ludicrous. While their primitive brains are surprisingly large, they clearly do not have the intelligence to learn the arcane crafts. I do not know how Crafton managed to train his pet Grummite to cast spells, but I assure all my readers that it is a trick of some sort. Calcinator Treatise. Argonian alchemists of the Black Marsh have long held that the phases of the moon dictate the precise positioning of the calcinator. During the full moon, the calcinator should face due south, aligned with the southern pole star. It is well known that the southern pole star is slightly offset from true south. The diligent alchemist will refer to star charts for the specific day and time to more precisely align the calcinator. For each night of the phase of the moon after full, the calcinator should be rotated clockwise 1/28th of a circle. If the alchemist is closer to the southern pole star than the northern sisters, he should rotate it counterclockwise instead. Set the device where the moonlight is shining on half of it. Of course, if it is a new moon, the calcinator should be fully exposed instead. Proper alignment of the calcinator will create 1 part of 47 more purity than the distillate. Obviously, this is a highly desirable attribute, even though the effect may not be that noticeable. Metamarco, King of Worms. Alchemy mastery increased. Your stained fingers attest to your diligence in mixing potions and learning their secrets. You're now a journeyman of alchemy. You now recognize an additional alchemical property and can sustain more simultaneous potion effects. Metamarco, King of Worms by Horacles. O sacred isle Artaeum, where rosy light infuses air, o'er towers and through flowers gentle breezes blow, softly sloping green-kissed cliffs to crashing foam below. Always springtide afternoon housed within its border, this mystic, mist-protected home of the Psijic order, these counselors of kings, cautious, wise, and fair. 10 years and 30 since the mighty Remans fell. 2 brilliant students studied within the Psijic's fold. One heart was light and warm, the other dark and cold. The latter, Manimarco, whirled in a deathly dance, his soul in bones and worms, the way of the necromance. And trapping and enslaving souls, he cast a wicked spell. The former, Galarian, had magic bold and bright as day. He confronted Manimarco beneath gray Sephora Tower, saying, "Your wicked mysticism is no way to wield your power. Bringing horror to the spirit world, your studies must cease." Manimarco scoffed, hating well the ways of life and peace, and returned to his dark artistry, his paints, death and decay. O sacred isle Artaeum, how slow to perceive the threat, when the ghastly truth revealed how weak the punishment. The ghoulish Manimarco from the Isle of the Wise was sent to the mainland, dawn's beauty, more death, and souls to reap. He found a wolf and sent the beast to flocks of sheep, Galarian told his masters. A terror on Tamriel has set. Speak no more of him, the sage cloaks of grey did say. 'Twas not the first time Galarian thought his masters callous, unconcerned for men and myrrh, aloof in their island palace. 'Twas not the first time Galarian thought 'twas time to build a new order to bring true magic to all, a mighty Mages Guild. But 'twas the time he left, at last, fair Artaeum's azure bay. Oh, but sung we have of Vanis Galarian many times before, how cast he off the Psijic's chains, bringing magic to the land. Throughout the years, he saw the touch of Manimarco's hand, through Tamriel's deserts, forests, towns, mountains, and seas, the dark grip stretching out, growing like some dread disease. By his dark necromancers collecting cursed artifacts of yore, they brought to him these tools, mad wizards and witches, and brought blood-tainted herbs and oils to his cave of sin. Sweet Akaviri poison, dust from saints, sheafs of human skin, toadstools, roots, and much more cluttered his alchemical shelf. Like a spider in his web, he sucked all their power into himself. Manimarco, Worm King, world's first of the undying liches. Corruption on corruption till the rot sank to his very core. Though he kept the name Manimarco, his body and mind were but a living, moving corpse as he left humanity behind. The blood in his veins became instead a poison, acid stew. His power and his life increased as his fell collection grew. Mightiest were these artifacts, long cursed since days of yore. They say Galarian left the guild, calling it a morass, but untruth is a powerful stream, polluting the river of time. Galarian beheld Manimarco's rise through power sublime. To his mages and lamp knights, before my last breath, face I must the tyranny of worms and kill at last on death. He led them north to cursed lands, to a mountain pass. Those who survived the battle say its like was never seen. Armored with magica, armed with ensorcelled sword and axe, Galarian cried, echoing, "Worm King, surrender your artifacts and their power to me, and you shall live as befits the dead." A hollow laugh answered, "You die first," Manimarco said. The mage army then clashed with the unholy force obscene. Imagine waves of fire and frost in the mountain shivers. Picture lightning arching forth, crackling in a dragon sigh. Like leaves, the battle mages fly to rain down from the sky. At the necromancer's call, corpses burst from earth to fight, to be shattered into nothingness with a flood of holy light. A maelstrom of energy unleashed, blood cascades in rivers. Like a thunderstorm, like a thunderburst in blue skies, or a lion's sudden roar, like sharp razors tearing over delicate embroidered lace. So at a touch did Galarian shake the mountain to its base. The deadly horde fell fatally, but heeding their dying cries, from the depths the thing they called Worm King did rise. Nirn itself did scream in the mages and necromancers' war. His eyes burning dark fire, he opened his toothless maw, vomiting darkness with each exhalation of his breath. All sucking in the fetid air felt the icy touch of death. In the skies above the mountain, darkness overcame pale. Then Manimarco, Worm King, felt his dismal powers fail. The artifacts of death pulled from his putrid skeletal claws. 1,000 good and evil perished then, history confirms. Among, alas, vanished Galarian, he who showed the way. It seemed once that Manimarco had truly died that day. Scattered seemed the necromancers, wicked, ghastly fools. Back to the Mages Guild, victors kept the accursed tools. Of him, living still in on death, Manimarco, king of worms. Children, listen as the shadows cross your sleeping hutch, and the village sleeps away, streets empty of the crowds, and the moons do balefully glare through the nightly clouds. And the graveyards people rest, we hope, in eternal sleep. Listen, and you'll hear the whispered tap of the footsteps creep. Then pray you'll never feel the Worm King's awful touch. So if you play Elder Scrolls Online, which is set hundreds of years before this, you encounter both Manimarco and Galarian. Okay, let's see where this goes. Good. I remembered where my bed was. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to bind here. I'm going to save first. Okay.
Nothing has changed, child. The voices still cry out, and I am unable to hear. If they can be sealed away, our work may begin. Found it, have you? Silenced the hands that betrayed and took what was mine? Then let me have the stone, so that the voices can be shut out. Ah, child, I thank you for helping me. With the voices quieted for now, the words you seek have come to me. You shall have my recommendation. Though I must warn you, I have seen things in your future, things which may be, and things which will be. It will be up to you to decide the fate of many. Life and death are strange things, easily manipulated, and both will be altered by your hands.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, I'll miss my puppy, but I'm glad he's safe and not trying to bite me in the face. I will fix my inventory and sell and repair. And next time we will begin the Shivering Isles. Thank you for joining me.